One thing I love about being from West Africa, specifically Nigeria, is that we Nigerians are taught to emulate very good examples. And that goes for everybody across West Africa, simply just Africa. I guess it's the culture. Who wouldn't want their offspring to look up to better examples? We have fathers that we look up to, we have mothers that we look up to. Even as we go across the ocean, this culture follows us wherever we go. We look up to each other, we look up to our peers that are showing good example. In my case, that person is Gafar the Prince. Over the years, I've come to know Gafar. I've grown a great admiration for him, the way he runs his life and the way he runs his business. And as we go down, you're going to understand why. Gafar's started as a club promoter. He did other businesses on the side. He ran club parties. He was tied deeply into the Nigerian community. And whenever he called, the Nigerian youth answered. So people showed up to his parties and they knew that it was going to be a great time. What ended up happening was that I thought of a business idea with him in mind. This business idea included something that I thought was going to work out in his favor, something that was going to, especially during the tech boom, there was a period where a lot of people were building apps and apps were going on to become very successful. And I just thought this idea would be amazing for this guy because he's already in the club scene. He was doing a lot of stuff with promotion and clubs. It just tied into all that. Let me show you what I mean. Here's the idea on paper. I had called him, asked him for a meeting, and I told him that I had something that I wanted to discuss with him, and he honored me. And when he showed up, I took out a piece of paper at the restaurant. I believe we met at a Honey Butter Fried Chicken, and this was where I pitched the idea to him. It was a very simple idea. So what was I saying? Think about it this way. When you come into a new town like Chicago, where do you go party? Where are the places to go? How do you know where it's popping and where it's not? Some businesses or some businessmen have made efforts to actually simplify this whole process for, say, out of towners to make it easy for them to find places. This idea that I pitched to him was to take it even a step further and showcase how easily people could find places and fun things to do in the city. I'll give you an example. What I was recommending was that he could set up a mass text list. This is a list of people's numbers, especially the people that he was already tied into, the people that shows up to his nightclubs, the parties that he throws, and compound all those numbers and then send a mass text or even their emails and promote this idea through phone cases. What was the idea? The idea was charging as low as 49 cents and 99 cents. 99 cents is per tip. What does that mean? The per tip is to give you a tip of where to go. Let's say you wanted to find out what is a good nightclub to go. You pay 99 cents and you could be given an exact place or list of places to go for the night to have a great time. And for 49 cents, you can get a tip for non-nightlife activities, something like a restaurant, a good hotel, a recommended side of town for your Airbnb, a good seafood place, a good place for chicken, steak, things that are non-nightlife related is going to cost 49 cents. For you to get that tip, it's going to be like a text line. You just text or you email contact through social media, and he goes ahead to send you a response. You send a message, you pay, and you get a response right away. That was what I said. I also pitched to him that he could promote this business using phone cases that could be handed out or sold to people that are coming to the club gigs that he was promoting. Businesses experience what I call sale hour. So during those sale hour, it's slow. You have to discount your services. For example, restaurants, when is sale hour? Because it's slow, like people are not coming in for lunch. So at this point, they could use this promotion apparatus to promote their business during slow season. This is how it's going to work. They contact the prince and tell him, hey, we're slow right now. Can you bring us about 100 people through the door? Gafar ends up sending a mass text out to people, hey guys, Iyanze or Chalet, which is a restaurant that he co-owns, is having a sale right now. Can you guys show up? The chicken that we're selling for $10.99 is discounted for $6.99 or $8.99, something like that. So those people rush down there, or he drives that traffic to that restaurant, and that restaurant makes the sale, and he gets a portion of that revenue. That was what I pitched to him. This gig, as I told him, would apply to restaurants, nightclubs, coffee shops, jet ski activities and boat rentals, car rentals, which is a business that I'm into, body shops, and rental properties. You see, the thing about it is that the funny thing about life is that we don't even know what's going to happen in the future. We just know about the present. So I was even foreshadowing the business I'm going to be in eventually. I didn't even know I was going to be in the rental business at this time. So if that business has worked out, now he could drive traffic my way and he could get a percentage for driving traffic towards me. But no big deal. That was the idea that I pitched to the prince. The thing about it is that he left me with the impression that it wasn't a fit, the trajectory of his business at that time, because he also has a company called Echelon Chicago, which he's also a co-owner of. He was receptive of it. At the end of the day, it wasn't a fit for the direction that he was trying to go. He owns a brunch bar. It's called the Chalet. We're going to define the meaning of Chalet. And eventually I'll show you a reason why to support the brunch bar Chalet, which he co-owns. This idea is still open for grabs. Eventually, the prince, seeing the goodwill that I had towards him, just it's not every day people wake up and think about you and just say to themselves, oh, I'm going to craft the whole business idea towards this person. It doesn't always happen. The way by which he showed appreciation was that eventually he bought a car, specifically a Porsche Panamera. I believe it was 2013. When the car came, he called on me and solicited my services to actually restore this car and put it in near perfect condition. He was just supporting my bodywork business as a gesture of the goodwill that I showed him through the business presentation that I brought his way. Because think about it, if he bought into the idea or he decided to pull a trigger on what I presented to him and it worked, it could be $1 million or $1 billion idea. Who knows? That was how I believe he was looking at it. He works in corporate finance, so he understands interpersonal skills and business relationship and how far it could go over the long term. So let me show you when his Porsche came, the condition, what I eventually ended up doing to it. This is the car here. As you can see, the areas marked XXX was where we're supposed to be fixing. These are the areas with blemishes under the bumper, the scratches. The car still has the temporary plates right there. It was a Panamera 4S. Nice color. This is the front bumper. There's the blemish right there we're supposed to be fixing. These videos or pictures are available on my Instagram. This is my Instagram page. I just yanked it from there. You can see the scratches on the door. So I'm just pointing out all the blemishes that are around the car that he had commandeered me to fix. So he pointed out these things and these were the concerns that he had. And he wanted me to go ahead and regulate. So you can see the gap over there. There's a gap by the bumper. He wanted that fixed. And you see the bruise over there at the bottom corner of the bumper. He wanted that fixed. These Porsche Panameras have spoilers. And there's a clip that holds a piece in the spoiler. He wanted that repaired. So it was just something I had to do. You see the scratches over there? He wanted those repaired. There were so many scratches from the car because the thing with these cars is that they go so fast and they have very wide tires. So the wide tires throw stones everywhere. That is the PPF cover. I believe it's put there to prevent the stones coming off the tire turn from scraping the car. They're not very effective, or maybe just need to put a wider sheet. You see the scratches on the door? More scratches everywhere. The roof liner was needing to be glued back on. That was something that I needed to do. There's the interior of the car. The car is not bad. Had about 100 and something thousand miles. Here's the finished product of the car. Before he picked up the car, he handed me the plates. He went on to register the car. He got the new plates, so he handed it to me to bolt onto the car. There goes the pillar. The pillar was very rough. We had to buff it and clean it up to have it shiny. There's that mirror that was scratched up, all clean now. There's the front bumper that was scratched up, all nice and neat. There's the rear bumper corners that were scratched up too from parking. There's that spoiler. The clip has been put on. There's the other side of the pillar full of scratches. Now it's been fixed. The prince also contacted me and told me that he wanted the car detailed. So after detailing the car, this is the finished product. This was the car right by the detail shop. So went ahead, took the car to get it all washed, had it in nice condition. At this point, the car was ready for delivery. The Prince, this is his Instagram page. As you can see, he lives in Chicago. He's in finance. He's a DePaul alum. He's in corporate finance, IT, Floor Eat, corporate IT finance, co-owner of Chalet Chicago, co-founder, Echelon Group Chicago, and more. You can see all his details there. We're going to come back to this. So you can see he has over 5,000 followers. This is Chalet. This is the restaurant that he owns. Based on my research, it says the chalet is defined as a style of house that's mainly found in the Swiss Alps. Most chalets are made of wood and have very wide, heavy roof that slopes down. I guess because of avalanches, you might think of a chalet as a house you stay in during a ski vacation. I guess it's because of the vibe. There's so much wood around the restaurant. That's why it's called a chalet. And there's a picture of a Swiss mountain Alp. That's more about the prince. That's his Instagram. I'm going to go ahead and play it so that you can see. For those of you in the Chicagoland area, you could follow him on Instagram. He's not paying me for this. The prince is not sponsoring this video. This is just for exposure. He's been good to me. It's my way of being good to him, in return. This is some of the parties that he promotes. And you can see his company runs this promotion for these gigs, the Good Company brand. I believe this was the recent Super Bowl party that he just had or promoted. And you can see there's a lot of grown and sexy activity going on. So check him out on Instagram. These parties are always fire. You have to be on time. At least if you want to easily enter one of Ghafar's parties, you want to be there at least an hour ahead of time, because if you get there by cutoff time, it's very difficult to get in. You see some of the prettiest city girls and ladies at these locations. It's a very entertaining crowd based on my experience. It's just an enjoyable, good old fun time in Chicago. So if you ever visit in Chicago, you want to have a good time, I recommend going to one of these parties that is thrown by the Good Company brand, as you can see right there. So what is this video for? This video is not a promotion about the prince. This video is about how one good turn deserves another. As far as the idea that I pitched to the prince, it's still available for you to pick it up. If you think that you could do something about this idea or monetize off it, go ahead. I'm just putting out there. It was something that I pitched to a good old friend, and he did not see it fit for his goals and ambitions. It's available for you to pick up and make it happen. Just like Jeff Bezos said, ideas are like a-holes. Everybody has one. The true champion and the true winner is the person that takes the idea and turns it into something. So this is how I pitched an idea to a millionaire prince out here in Chicago. So I just wanted to share with you guys this business story that I had. And that's the whole point. Hopefully, I'll see you on the next video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you like the kind of videos I create, please leave a comment in the comment section to let me know what kind of videos you like to see. Don't forget to click the like button, because that helps the algorithm to push these videos out to more viewers. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.